Hello.
We are Small Dreamers.
Dreamers. We make small games in a short time.
We've recently released Wherever You Hike, our first game that is a chill canoe and walking simulator.
And we're currently working on this game. It has nothing to do with either canoeing or walking,
It will be coming out sometime in September or October.
if all goes well.
Here's the plan. We want to make a ghost train building game inspired by the fairground rides we love. Build your ride, take a turn around it, score scare points, and unlock more parts to make your ride better. And you can share your rides with friends.
With that plan on hand, we started building all the various systems we needed. And it's now about 4 weeks later, and here's where we're at. In all its glorious, very ugly programmer art that will all be updated later.
It's so ugly. Like, I cannot make it better until it works perfectly because otherwise it takes just more time because we have to change everything when we correct things or change stuff in the code or whatever. But it's so ugly. I hate it.
The game is divided into 3 different game modes. First, you build your ride using the available modules.
You can choose your module and then place it on the grid. On higher unlock levels, you can even add floors to your ride to extend it further. There's even a save load system to share your ride with friends or save your favorite layouts to ride whenever you want.
At this point, I think Mew hates me a little bit. It makes the game design more complicated on purpose, because all this is real hard to program. It's real complicated.
The second mode is Ride, where, as you can probably guess, you test out your ghost train. You ride through your layout in first person and experience the scares firsthand. Once you've ridden your ride, you can either open the ride or choose to modify it some more.
The third and final mode is opening the ride to the public. Your scores are counted up, and if you hit a specific score, you unlock more modules in that particular scare type. And then the loop starts again, either by making a new ride from scratch, or by modifying your current layout and using the new parts. If you're interested in any of the specific systems, just ask below and I might do a follow-up video where I go into more detail on some of the code and how it works. I'm not the perfect programmer and there might be tons of bugs or anything, but it might help you out, maybe.
I'm forcing him to keep the coding nerdery to a minimum for this video. You can ask your specific questions in chat on Twitch, for example, or, in a commentary, whatever, but not right now.
Fine.
Thank you.
Now that all the systems are in place, we're on to module building, as many as possible. Right now we have Robert, he's the skeleton, and a few others like a bunch of eyes, a scary clown. The plan is having 3 different scare types and various vibes from module to module so that you can build as varied a ride as you want.
And we're currently working on making as many fun animations and surprises as possible. But we'll need to figure out a game title as well. So if you have any ideas, leave them below. If we pick your title, you'll be credited in the game.
If all of this seems interesting and you want to help us out, go support us on Patreon. You'll get weekly updates, access to our Discord, and even get all the assets and all the code of our games once they're released.
Our first game, Wherever You Hike, is out now on itch.io. So if you want to play something while waiting for this game to come out, go for it.
We have many
Many!
ideas for upcoming games. Subscribe here to keep up to date on what we're making and drop by our Twitch channel, where we do weekly streams. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye. Sorry, this is a cat break. It's very important. This is Mook. Yes, you're cute. Say hello to the people. Say hello to the people on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Let me just turn this music down. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this little stream. We are Small Dreamers. We make small games.
Hello, sorry. Sorry, you said let's start, and then right this moment I got distracted.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
That's.
So yes, we are small dreamers. We make small games in a short-ish time, as short as possible.
It's a short time.
It's still a short time.
Still a
It's
short
been
time.
15 weeks that we've started on this game, which is a ghost train simulator building game thing called Robert's Spooktacular Ghost Train. And yeah, it's coming together quite nicely. We're on the polishing and bug fixing phase of the whole thing and making it everything pretty and better and playable and removing all the bugs, as many as possible.
Whenever it's possible.
Yeah, it's not always easy.
Or just saying, screw this. This is now a feature. worst case comes, you know.
I don't think I have done that for this game yet.
Nope. So far.
But there's also not that many important bugs that are annoying.
Fair enough.
It's pretty stable-ish, and it works on most computers. It's a little laggy here and there, but it's fine mostly. So, yeah, it's not the buggiest game I've ever played. I'm not gonna throw any shade on anyone, but
I mean, yeah. Now that you mention it, I mean,
even our first game was
Yeah.
more buggy than this one.
yeah. Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Okay, our
To
first
th-
game
to-
was definitely buggier than this
To
one.
throw
so far.
shade at myself.
Sure, that's what you had in mind.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking about. So yeah, we're making a game. Let me switch over to the game. Well, to Godot at least. I should have zoomed in. If I was a real professional, I would have done this and then opened the stream like this. This is Robert's Spooktacular Ghost Train! And a faraway cat, if you can hear him. That's Blue.
Blue.
It's the cat you can see on screen in the bottom here.
Bottom right corner.
He's our logo and our...
A constant inspiration. I do want to greet life with a scream.
Every night at 4:30ish, he wakes up and he's like, "Why is there no light? Why is there no one here? Ah! Ah!
That's my approach to any issue in my life.
Mm.
Ah!
Ah!"
Mostly. I guess. So yeah, no. I relate. That's
Yep.
definitely a very relatable creature.
So, what have we been doing this week? Bug fixing.
Bug fixing.
Let me just
Lots.
boot up the game real quick.
Yeah.
And so that you can see that there's stuff. Ooh. Stuff changed.
Yep.
Let me delete the progress real quick. That way we have a fresh look at the game.
Here it is.
Also, I need to show chat in case. Okay. Yep. Here's the game. Look at it.
Have a loading screen.
We have a loading screen.
I
That's
love
very
that loading
nice.
screen.
And we have some animations and stuff. Ooh.
That's gonna.
This is gonna be updated. This text is basically this is all the info we needed. And I was like, okay, we need. Hey, kid.
Make it.
We needed all this information for the player because, well, I made my roommate play the game this afternoon, and she didn't know how to play the game, which is normal. But I hadn't thought about the fact that they wouldn't just look in the options menu to see the controls or something.
No, I thought about it. I had started making decoration for this menu, which I haven't integrated yet, but they're coming. Okay.
So, yeah. I thought about it, so I coded it in there, and now when you press start playing, the menus load in, and you will notice that there are a lot less modules now. Yes, cats, there's a lot less modules now, I know. Hello, Aniran.
Hey, honey.
And yeah, so there's a bunch less models now because there has been some balancing done. Some level unlocks and stuff. Let me build a thing real quick, that you can see how it looks. Oh yeah, I've changed the arrows, but I'll change them back because we aren't sure yet. And I quite like it with the 2 arrows to make sure that it's connected. I don't know. Also, I offset them slightly because if they're since they're not the same color,
Makes sense.
and if they overlap, then it will be some kind of mix.
Brown,
Yeah,
disgusting color.
exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So it was both.
Actually, yeah, it works. You know what? It works.
I like it like this.
This is a right this afternoon modification. So I'm discovering it with chat. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I made these. You were already walking towards here.
Yeah. So.
And yes, there's a bloop effect when you place them. That's the sound of my mouth and my knuckles cracking. Yeah, it's just my mouth and knuckles. It's like a. And
Ow! Okay.
Sorry. And I added
No,
it.
I can't unhear it. Okay, fair enough. It's a very good sound.
I wanted it to be a little crunchy. Hey, Jamu.
Hey.
So I wanted it to be slightly crunchy, so I added some crunch to it. And
I cannot unhear the knuckles now.
oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's perfect.
I shouldn't
but
have told
also,
you.
I hate you.
It's so fun to make some sound effect. I've gone a bit overboard with all the sounds in this game. There's like 7 or 8 different sounds for almost every module that all play randomly. So if you put the same sound, the same module many times in a row, it's not the same sound every time. I can show you that right now because this is like 5 times basically the same module. And if I test the ride, you can see immediately that it's
Alright,
not going to be the same sound every time.
I had forgotten about that,
Yeah?
and I was testing the unlock system and stuff, and I was like, it scared me because I didn't expect it, because I'm so used to the working system that we already have. So whenever you add a new variation or something like that, I'm just like, what the heck?
There's sounds now for every module, so it's pretty much done for this part. Let's listen. It will be tweaked a bit for sure. That's no luck. There's like 5 different sentences.
You only have the ICU.
Well, at least there was 4 different ICUs, and there's a slight pitch variations, and there's 3 people talking.
Oh, it works. It still works.
But there's also stuff like don't blink, and I think there's 15 sounds in there. I don't know, and we just had no luck that we just ended up with 5 times the same sentence, but that's not really a problem.
True randomization is like that.
Yeah, and
brains
it's
think that because it's random, it's going to be different, but no.
it's random, but it doesn't play the same sound twice.
Yeah, but there are so many close variations that it's good enough.
And it's on per module basis, so the randomization can, in theory, play 5 times the same sound.
Also, if you do make ghost trains that are just the same room all over the place, then yes, there is going to be repetition. We have to assume that it's on purpose on your part as a player. We're not going against you for that.
I quite like the long hallways with eyes with various sounds. It works very well for the first module especially.
Yeah.
Anyway, so once you've made your ride, you can open, and now there's balancing and you unlock stuff.
You do unlock stuff for real now.
So yeah, you have a
sometimes
spooky
you
unlocks.
don't, and you have to add modules.
Yes. And then you can go back and modify and see what you have unlocked.
It was a very simple and smooth process. And if you are on the Patreon, you will understand that I am lying.
It seemed complicated, and that's also why I'm glad you are a professional game designer and that it's your job and that you know how to do such things. Because just thinking about it made my head hurt. So I made the system and I was like, sure, this will work. It will great.
I was like, I want the system to work this way.
I'm like, great.
I sent you the thing. You were like, okay, fair enough. I can make it that way. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And then I forgot about it. The whole development process. And now I couldn't push it further away. I couldn't procrastinate on it anymore. So I had to do it. And I was like, I hate myself. From back back a few weeks ago. And then I did it. And it was a fun process. Thank you, spreadsheets, Excel and Google Spreadsheets.
I saw that screenshot on the Patreon. It's huge.
It looks huge, but actually it's a simple page. It's just
Yeah,
there,
there's
there
just
are
a lot.
many infos crossing that you need, so there are like 4 tables different. And then I realized that one was useless, so I emptied it, and I added a column instead in one of the tables I had, and there is no automatic math in it. It's just hand
Yeah.
noted numbers because it's such a small game. It's not worth making formulas, but I need to have access to everything.
Yeah, I played through the entire thing, and it took me about half an hour.
Really?
Yeah,
That's so short.
also because I kept adding modules, and then
Yeah.
it wasn't enough points, and I was like, damn, I really need to use that third floor. And I was trying to speedrun through it a little bit. Like, I don't need to watch any of those modules. I built them. I know how they look. And I was clicking. I was like, ah, crap. Still missing like a couple points.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be an interesting speedrun.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Scoop. Yeah, I bet you know that feeling. Scoop is developing a
Mhm.
ROM hack, a huge ass ROM hack for Super Mario Kart.
Ooh, that's nice.
Called Super Mario Kart Deluxe, DX.
That's nice.
And it looks amazing, and they've been at it for quite a while. We wouldn't have that patience.
No.
We make games in 3 months, so imagine 3 years. We wouldn't be able to focus on that. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah,
Let's.
meeting past selves is a hazard of the job.
Yeah, you asked me Saturday morning or something. You asked me about how does it work, and I'm like, I don't remember. That was 2 months ago. So I opened the project up, and I was like, oh yeah, this is it. It's that and that and that.
Yeah, that's why I like having someone else doing the code, because then I don't have to look at the code. I can just ask questions. So the other person has to look at it, and then I'm like, I have my answer. That's fine. But yeah, no, it works. It's just the score balancing is just, it's never the funniest part to do, but it's not the worst either. It's just a pain to think about it and to really conceptualize it in your head, so that you can do the first pass.
Yeah.
Because there is no secret formula, there is no pro tip to have. You just build a system, and then you have to build it the first time, so that you have something to test, and at least a vague idea of the way you want to go about it. And then you add numbers to the game,
Yeah.
and then you test them, and you're like, that's not fun. Wait, that's not fun.
Wait, let me adjust
Okay,
those.
let me try it again.
Mm.
Basically, swing it, and the more you do it, the more of an instinct you build.
Yeah,
Basically,
I guess.
a better feel for it, so that a few times, a few different systems, you have a little bit of an ear for it in a way. It helps.
Yeah, I'm glad you do it anyway.
Same with the code.
Yeah, I'm starting to have fun with code now. I'm getting at that point where I sort of understand what's going on, and I sort of can conceptualize what I want to make. I still don't know everything, so I keep looking up everything, and the entire code base of this entire game is 1,000 tutorials mashed together to form this.
Fair enough, it works.
But it works,
It
and
works.
I understand what's going on. I made all the sound effects myself, but I found them all on all the raw sounds come from either my voice, my roommate's voices, or freesound.org. So it's
Well, a bit of both.
yeah, they are all manipulated and treated and cut up and got a ton of effects by myself.
I
But
just remember where the flash sound came from, and the name of the flash sound.
oh yeah,
so
the flash sounds. Yeah, we haven't unlocked those yet.
Yeah. Scoop wasn't there for that stream, so
Yeah,
there is one of the modules you can unlock. It's quite far. I
it's
think.
far. Yeah, it's
Um,
later. It's in the
and-
scary, I think.
Yeah, and basically you had we needed a flash sound. It makes sense when you see the module.
It was very nice. I liked
And
making
it was
that
very
one.
nice, but the name of it was clearly not intended for a normal game. It was more of an adult nature,
It was very fun.
but it's still someone
Ah, come
fingering
on.
a jelly.
Give me
Okay.
points.
Fingering jello, basically.
Yes.
And you can imagine that they didn't do it to
Ah.
make jello sound.
Crap! I thought that bug was gone.
Oops.
It's been 4 times. I thought it was gone.
Aw, it's back.
I don't know how to fix it now, but we'll see. I'll look into it. I've unlocked another scary. What have I unlocked? This one. I'm
Was it
gonna.
in the scare? Oh yeah, it was in the scary. Never mind.
This is the scary.
Of course, it's in the scary.
It's not enough points. It is enough
It is.
points.
The spider modules are lots of points, so that
Oh,
I don't
great.
force people to overuse them. So they bring a lot.
That's a good idea for the speedrunners.
Yeah.
That way they
Pro
can.
tip: not all the modules bring you the same amount of points.
And we don't tell you how many points they
Don't
bring.
tell you anywhere, so you'll have to get a fill for it.
Let me
Of
see.
course,
Do
if
I
you
have
ask
one that does
nicely, I can be bribed. You know that.
If
We
you-
have a Patreon.
We'll show the lookup table, the unlock table to the.
Absolutely.
Patreon.
Yeah, no, of course, by the way, if you do get the tier where you get access to the files, you do get also the game development files and the game design spreadsheets, where there is all the unlock info. So
And you
the
can
numbers
also
you have access to.
you just get access to the full Godot project, so you can just open it and mess around with it yourself if you want to.
Absolutely, you can. You have access to all the files of the game development, everything we made for this game, and and
Yeah.
the things we sourced from elsewhere with credits.
Exactly.
Because we do try to use things that are also available for everyone.
It's all open source stuff as much as possible, which is all of it, I think.
Yep.
For now.
A few times when it's not full open source, it's like you can use it anywhere with credit.
Yeah.
So we credit it. Ask that you
The
use it.
only non-open source program I use is Ableton Live because that's what I'm used to and that's what I have. I'm trying to speedrun onto to the fleshy module, and
Well,
we're not
speaking.
talking. We're not talking about that anymore, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Let's go for a little
no,
ride
no,
again.
Oh, Prosto, Cotito.
Hey,
I
Prosto.
don't think we said hi. It's fine anyway.
Nope.
But yeah, no. So yeah, now we have actual game balancing done. I'd still modify it a bit, but I quite like where I'm at.
I quite like it. It works.
It's not that difficult. It does require repetition.
Yes.
If you want to unlock things, you do have to repeat a few modules here and there. So yeah, you don't have to ride every time. That's the good news. So if you don't want to ride an infinite loop of the same thing, it's
Yeah, you can.
speedrun.
You can cheese the entire thing pretty easily, which is fine.
Yeah, that's the aim is not to block you with the
No.
thing, but also I didn't want to just have an unlock every time you pick one.
Yeah.
It felt a bit like redundant in a way. Like every time you open, you unlock a new every type of module. It's just like
No, it's a little boring. This way works better.
yeah, I like it this way. So far, so good. Probably like in a month from now, I'm gonna play it again and be like,
This could have been
why did I
better.
do that.
Why is it like this? We should have changed it.
Done this or that.
Let's see if I had enough points to unlock another. Haha! I didn't have to change anything.
Nice.
Did-
Yeah, you put, once again, just put a few more spiders and
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the
dinosaur.
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 Let me put the
dino.
dinosaur in there.
Give me the dino.
Let me delete all this. Oh well. Get out of here. Up.
It's like,
And
get out of
then we put the spiders. Let me put this one here. I think I can, yeah. I can do this one and then this one here, and then where you go up and down and up and down and up and down, which is fun. And then we put this one here. I'm trying to speedrun the scary bit still, and have some eyes at the end, and then we open. See, there's the bug again, and I don't know what is happening,
Ah.
and I don't know why.
Well, if it seems like you have completed the loop, and it says no, you might want to just try it again. And if it still says no, then you haven't.
The solution is, when it bugs, you just do this with the mouse, and then it works. I don't know why.
It's a mystery.
If all else fails, I'll just add a double check in it, and if the first time it doesn't succeed, it wiggles the mouse position around a bit, and then it will be fixed. It's not a fix, it's a workaround.
Yeah, it's
Because there's like 3 different checks. It checks if it's a full loop, if basically it goes over each module and checks if each module has an entrance and an exit. And if even one module doesn't have an entrance or an exit, it says no, it doesn't work. And I think it's messing up because the marker has arrows on it and connectors and basically a full module in there. And I've tried to tell it, ignore the marker, delete the marker or whatever, and it still doesn't work, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, that's true. I've started playing Pacific Drive and they've started to tell me about the random bugs, and I didn't understand the thing. So I looked it up on Google and I was like, oh, that's an interesting feature. So basically, there's random occurrences that can happen that if you open your door, your lights turn on, or if you go past a certain speed limit, the hood pops open or something else. And it's really weird, and you cannot really detect them. You can detect them only by playing around with it and trying to figure out what's doing what. And it's a weird system. It's kind of fun. I wonder how they made it. See, I'm starting to become a game dev now because I'm like, wow, how did they do that? That's interesting.
Oh, say goodbye to enjoying video games forever.
It's fine.
That's the risk. That's the thing they don't tell you about in game development school. It's like
they should have told me.
Now you cannot enjoy games freely.
It's over.
There is always somewhere in your brain where you're like,
how did they do that?
That's interesting.
That's interesting. Also, a way if you want to add more points, but you don't want to change your ride, you just create a loop that goes nowhere, and that doesn't happen. It gives you more points. Not enough, visibly, because I'm playing really badly at my own game. But that's fine. Anyway, I could just I disabled the buttons to give me more levels.
Yep.
Because I made a
buttons.
Nope.
Sorry.
Well, they're still there. They're just hidden. I can reactivate them.
Nah.
Look,
give them.
they're here, somewhere. Here.
I'm comparing the cat so it stops screaming.
Yeah. Here it is. The module generation we don't care about, and I need to reactivate the code that I've disabled. Testing button. It's this one. Up. Bam! I can unlock everything now. Stop messing with me. Wait, I forgot to remove this one. I don't know if it does anything, but just in case. Here we go.
Hey.
Now we have a big purple button here. Up. We're level 10 now. Come on, it makes a loop. Oh, it doesn't? Sure it does. We've saved it. Come on, game. Well.
Oops.
A few too. Let me just make the most basic thing possible.
Go back to the eye tunnel.
Open! We've unlocked everything! Oh yeah, we also made this.
Yeah. End game screen, very important.
Yeah.
Well, you can still play after that.
Yeah, you've unlocked everything, but you can keep playing, and there's stuff happening here.
Exactly.
All the sounds found on Free Sound. At first I added the full list here, but it took like a long time because there's a ton. Yeah, you gave a module idea. I don't remember which one, but I can look it up.
I can look it up. Yeah, I don't remember either.
I don't remember.
Hang on.
No, not here. Keep talking.
Sorry. No.
Yes, many people gave module ideas, and I wrote them all down. And Onilan, which one did you give? I saw your name on there. Oh, it was bureaucratic horror, and then we didn't use it.
Yep. Oh, it's still a good idea.
It's still a good idea, but we're done.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, you gave ideas, but we didn't use your idea.
I do have a spot left in the scary.
Do you have a spot left in the scary?
There are actually only 9 modules.
Yeah, there's 9 in this one, I know.
So, and there are 10 levels.
Oh yeah.
So technically, I could add a module.
Oh, if you want to.
If I have the time to make it. I mean, we already have a table, we have books.
Yeah, we have everything. We can just make it.
So, such a good idea.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I have
guess.
faith in you.
I guess. I'm gonna need more coffee. Bring more coffee!
So yeah, we wanted to show the fleshy module with the fleshy sounds. That's why I did all this stuff.
Excuse me, I just saw what Online wrote. It's the bassist passive trait.
Heard
Heard but not seen.
Oh, the bass is the best part in any music.
Agreed.
And I'm not saying that because there's a bass hanging right there.
Probably yes.
Let's test ride.
Delicious.
Yeah, first the piano.
Sure.
10 points to the person who knows where this melody comes from. Nice and fleshy, I like it. Yeah. You can guess where it came from. It was very rhythmic and I destroyed the rhythm a little bit.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting how many all the sounds that are in here.
There
And
are
I'm like,
so
oh yeah, this is here. This is nice.
so many sound variations. You went actually overboard.
Yeah,
But it's so cool that it, you know.
it was important to make it fun, and if I start working on a sound and I have a bunch of variations anyway because I didn't know what would work, I'm just using everything that works.
Yeah, might as well.
And the effects are already done, so it's just exporting a bunch of variables and then adding the the random thing in the audio in the audio player. Let me find one where there's a bunch of sounds. In the impact here, there's a randomizer that's basically
That's
already
so
here.
Nice.
That avoids repeats, so you don't have the same sound twice, and you just add your sounds in there, and then you throw them in the animation player, and they get detected. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's nice that they already have the function.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Ready.
Oh,
That's cool.
When I saw that and on the first game, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use that all the time now. I also use it for the music, by the way, because there's 5 music tracks that are synced pretty much on the beat, because they have a beat detection thing added in, and every time you end a loop, a new one starts, but it's randomized which one it is.
Yeah, that's
And I made it so that all the parts go together, and there's an A part and a B part, blah blah blah. It's less. You can play for a while without it getting annoying. And I've been hearing this music for 2 weeks now, and I can. I think I hear it in my sleep almost, but I'm still not completely done with it.
It's literally haunting me at the weirdest times.
Exactly.
But mostly when I'm doing something.
Like,
which is weird. It's like not when I actually have an earworm or anything, but because when it's there, I'm kind of working or something. I think my brain has associated with just, you know, I'm doing something.
Yes.
And I'm focusing on something, and it's just, and suddenly you're like humming it, and you're like, what? No, stop it. But yeah, it's hauntingly easy to remember.
It's fun. I like it.
I like it.
I'm having fun. Nice. I'm gonna
we
export the songs separately and make them a little more finished each. Not that they're not finished here, but make each bit into a full song, and then I'll put them all on Spotify and stuff.
Nice.
Because I have a DistroKid account, so I can just add whatever. So.
Yeah, but also I was thinking, earlier we were at the start of the stream, we put the video, the vlog.
Yes.
We made about this game, where we could see how the game looked.
Oh yeah.
It reminded us of how the game looked.
I can go back
just like a month before, like it was a month and a half ago, something like that.
Look at the gifs from the first week.
Yeah, I mean it's.
And then we can go.
That was the game week 1.
And then week 2. It looked pretty much the same. Oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah,
but it went from. Yeah, I can see if I can find the video.
Yeah, and It was the same with the music.
Yeah. At some
was
point, it
just
made
like-
sense. Look at this with my very ugly programmer code stuff.
Yeah, no, that was,
But it
that was
worked,
fun.
and I was like, "Oh, look at this! It works! It's been 3 weeks, and we already have pretty much the full game.
Yeah, we did.
Well, the code of it, but yeah,
But yeah, everything. So again, looking at where we are now, it's really satisfying. But also, I remember like the music was the same when you were having so much trouble with it. for a
yeah, I
week.
didn't like it.
For like more than a week. We're struggling a bit with it creatively,
Mhm.
and it
I don't know if I have the old version here
and
somewhere.
it's, like,
think I
it's,
have.
It's nice.
Oh, here it is. Let's see.
What was the first version you sent?
Yeah, it's the same theme, sort of.
Sort of.
This one has become the sound for one of the modules.
I know which one.
Yeah, in the ballroom, it works very well.
It was very well, yeah, of course. There's
But I made it real short, and there's Robert. He's playing the piano, and I thought, oh, this is great, perfect. I'm gonna use this.
works very well. Yeah. I think that was the first. Was it the first one you sent me? I remember something different.
I think
but-
this is the first one.
Yeah,
I might have
probably.
made a couple other ideas, but
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that
Mhm.
you had a few attempts,
Mm.
but you were like, no, I'm not doing this, but here it is,
yeah,
and that was it.
this is what I did this afternoon, but I'm not happy with it.
Yeah, that was it. So now having it and being like, yeah, no, it works very well.
yeah, I like
And
the
having it as a
vibes
new
now.
worm is very satisfying in itself, in a way. In a way. Not necessarily, but in a way.
Hello, cat.
Hello, Cat.
It's the daily. Yeah, he comes by all the time. Whenever I speak, whenever I'm speaking, he's like, "Hey, pay attention to me instead."
Yeah, Bastet is the same. So when I'm about to have a meeting or stream or something nowadays, I've gotten into the habit of starting to speak aloud alone
yeah.
first, so that she comes get attention, and then she's gone by the time the thing starts, or she's more manageable at least
Yeah.
with the way she wants attention. Whereas, hello, buddy.
No, this
You
guy
took
is
You
annoying
took
all
your
the
time
time.
waking up, I guess. You took your time. You were sleeping nearby. That was fine. You
yeah.
were sleeping like just next to us.
I'm very new. I'm doing the coding, and I've done some assets this
Yeah,
time this
it's,
round too. We're doing
There are a few things that we have specialized in a way. So like, as we said, balancing and score design is my stuff. Level design in general is my stuff.
yeah.
And game design is both of us. But I have a specialty in that professionally, so it's easier for me in a way.
Yeah, the sound part is my
The
specialty,
sound part and the code.
and the code I've been
and-
learning.
Yeah, animation. Now we're both doing it. 3D assets, both doing it.
Yes.
UI is more of my thing, but you build it usually. I just
Yeah,
make
I
it
built
slightly
the-
prettier.
I build the code and make sure that everything works, and then Mew makes it everything
Yeah,
makes
it's
everything pretty because
UI usually.
I have terrible tastes, and
Yeah.
I'm not. If it works, it's fine to me.
Exactly.
I'm not bothered by ugly screens, which
I
is
know.
which is fine by me because then I make it, it's ugly, and then you go, oh man, I can't stand it anymore. Now it's pretty. I'm like,
Yeah.
great, perfect.
Usually, suddenly I disappear for 24 hours and then it's pretty.
Hi, Isabbe.
Hi, Zabe. How are you doing? But yeah, no, it's there are no assets where usually I start so that I give a first style, and then we both try to stick with it as much as we can.
Yeah, for this one it was basically low poly. The first thing that was built was Robert again.
Yeah.
And then the entire style of the game is built around how he looks, basically, and how detailed he is, how he is.
And the rest was like, oh, we don't want to do it. How can we simplify this the most?
Mew's level design, how would I judge it? Well, Mew's a professional. It's their job,
I kind of get paid for that sometimes.
you know?
So, not bad. I'm a better game designer than I'm a level designer, for sure. But I do the thing. I do
Yeah.
that.
You deliver perfectly fine. It's nice.
Works.
Let me just
I do
build
what's
some more
needed.
stuff.
I'm not-
It's nice.
I know some genius level designers, so I wouldn't say I'm at that thing, but also I'm not passionate with that.
Yeah,
I enjoy it, but not to the point that I want to be. That I'm gonna work at making myself a better level designer much. You know,
Yeah, it's a weird
practice
thing.
makes perfect, but not. I don't have the interest to really dig into it, into the theory of it, into feeding that creative part of the brain, that skill in itself. I'm not that interested in it, so it's a bit different. Whereas game design, I tend to get, keep feeding even when I'm not hired to do a thing.
Yeah.
I keep feeding that because I really love it. So yeah, I'm much better.
I'm happy to have a good game designer by my side to do stuff because
At this
otherwise,
point, I'm not doing stuff at this point. I'm just like kind of putting you in a better direction sometimes.
yeah, but that's also your job.
Yeah.
That's a bit that's an important part of it because
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just messing around with code most of the day, and
Fair enough.
I barely understand the code.
But you do have some very good game design idea in general. So
Yeah,
it's
I have
just
a
matter
vague
of
idea because I
making
like
everything fit into one thing.
yeah,
And focusing on the right things.
I know what I want most of the
Yeah.
time, and then it's mostly a thing of we need to figure out how we can make this, and we can figure out how we can make this in the time frame we want.
That's fair.
And for this one, we overreached a bit, but that was
Slightly.
fine.
Also,
We knew it.
We didn't account for life. Here's the
Yeah.
thing.
That's
Here's
true.
the thing.
We had a
Life happened this summer.
yeah. We could have been done a month earlier if we had been full 100% on the project the whole time. But it was summer, and in August stuff happened, and it was complicated. And
It's difficult.
it's better now.
So yeah, lost a bit of time here and there. But also, I think the difference between I have good idea in game design and I'm a professional game designer is the ability to turn something into a game system.
Yeah.
And a game system that fits your game, your project, something.
Wait, I need to turn the sound down because otherwise we cannot speak over it.
Oh yeah, right. Especially this one that isn't.
Yeah,
mixed
it's
at the
really
same level.
loud.
It's really loud.
So I've turned it down now. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
Now I
no,
can
so that's
test
the
the ride
thing.
again.
Yeah, it's game design is a bit.
It's
a bit,
weird.
It's a bit weird to define, to limit in a way, because it's it's a mix of being just creative with ideas and a bit more like I don't think they can hear me over this.
Yes, they can. I've turned it down but our sound is real loud.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was looking at the OBS feedback from the sound, and I'm like, they
No,
can't hear.
OBS is fine. The on the bottom is you. On the top is the music,
I know,
so
but
it's fine.
No, it wasn't.
Ah,
It wasn't, I think. But yeah, just anyway. But yeah, no, it's game design is at this weird intersection where you cannot really define it easily because you can define it in regard to a project or a process where it's much easier to define. But usually game design is the art of making the idea into a set of rules for a game, into a system that works.
yeah.
And yeah, you do have some very good game design idea very often. The thing is to make it fit into.
Yeah, it's complicated. I try especially when writing down ideas for games. I try not to think too much about how it would work. More like this seems like a stupid idea. Let's write it down.
Yeah, whereas I'm like, oh god, oh god.
Because and I also do that when I'm writing down any idea for any project. By the way, also with music and stuff, I'm like, I should make a musical, and I've no idea how to do that, and I've never made a musical. I still haven't, and I've started a couple times, and every time the project turns into something else, which is fine. And but it's important to, especially when you write down ideas. To me, it's very important to not limit yourself because it would not be feasible.
I kind of agree to a point.
You can always just put the idea aside, or
yeah, sure.
Or maybe that idea will spark another idea that is feasible.
Yeah, no, sure, but
that's why I write them down.
I tend to be the voice of reason fairly easily, especially if I'm working with someone who has those ideas. Because I'm like already thinking of how it can work, and so I'm like, is that fun? Would that be fun? Can I find a way to make it fun very quickly in my mind, or interesting, or something?
Yeah, of course.
and so usually I'm just fairly easily I turn into the bit owner of like, okay, but can we do it this way instead?
Of course, but that's also why we're a team, because I wouldn't get anything done on my own.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty much the same with you.
Yeah.
We'd get stuff done, but not something like this.
Definitely.
And that's also, I think, why this.
Motivation.
Yeah, I think this team works because we work well together like this.
Definitely. No, I agree. Fairly agree, but yeah, no, it's important. Also, I have to be honest, yeah, as a game designer, also my job is that. As a freelancer, especially, because even more than when I work in a studio. When I work in a studio, usually you have your set of tasks, and you do them, and you work on long projects and stuff. But since I'm a freelancer nowadays, I tend to work on shorter and smaller indie games. At least that's what I get hired for. And I enjoy, and I pick those projects on purpose. But it's also my job to do that. So I have to admit, in the past 3 years, I've really, really gotten into that mindset of, okay, sure, but okay, sure, but.
But that's also that's works for the project we're doing now, which is making short games in a short time, small games in a short time.
We have to limit the things.
So we cannot just. I know that I've written down. Yeah, I'd like to make a Final Fantasy RPG someday. That's not something I can do in 10 weeks. I know.
I don't want to do an RPG.
I know you don't want to, and I in actuality,
RPGs.
yeah, I do, but in reality, it's also something that I probably wouldn't want to make because it would take way too long, and many people have done it way better.
Yeah.
And so far, the first game was a bit of a test of how we could make stuff. Can we figure out a game together? Can we make a game together?
And
we could, and we did. And now the second one is let's make this game that I've never seen anyone else make before.
It looks fun.
It looks fun. This is a fun idea. I have never seen this. Let's make it.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the sort of games I want to make, because
Same.
I don't need. If I want to play an RPG, I can just boot up an RPG. I don't have to make one myself.
Yeah, I agree. No, I definitely agree. Like I mean, that's the aim of this project, is to make the crazy ideas we have.
Yeah,
because we have too many of them.
Yeah, we have way too many weird ideas, and
it's frustrating to not see them in the world.
Yeah,
at some point we have to do them ourselves.
Yeah, I'm not naming names because we have way too many ideas, and I don't want to.
Definitely, but the idea we just discussed for the next game is an idea we've had.
It's been on the list for a while.
You first wrote it and then told me about it, and I was like, no way, no way. And now I've come around to it, and I want to do it.
It would be funny.
I want to make it, that's it. No, but I actually agree, it would be fun.
I want to.
It's terrible, I hate it.
I want to make games that are weird and funny. And not always just like funny because there's jokes, but just because they're slightly weird, slightly unsettling. Slightly,
I'm gonna be honest, this idea is cursed.
Oh yeah, of course.
Completely cursed. So it's one of these ideas that we have in the list that is very, very cursed, and where my first idea is no, we're not doing that. And then I leave it on the list. And then a few weeks after, I'm like, you know what?
That idea is not so dumb.
Maybe.
It's weird.
Maybe.
It's kind of out there, and it's strange, and I don't know exactly how it would work.
I have ideas.
But it will be fun. Yeah.
You had my curiosity, and now you have my attention.
Well, once we've released this game, we're gonna take a week break, and then we'll start figuring it out.
Yeah.
And talk about it and choose the next game. We haven't chosen yet.
Yeah, I think like what we were discussing is the time frame for the release of this game. We're not sure yet.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make it much later than we anticipated, because we both have I have a week where I'm probably gonna be away for work.
Yeah, and I'm taking a holiday.
The week after, you're not gonna be there.
We're not lining this up correctly.
Yeah, it's like the 2 perfect weeks to release the game. One of us is not there, and it's not the same.
Which is sad.
Ultimately. So which would be sad to miss the release, even though it's very anticlimactic.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to release a game and not both of us being here.
Yeah, it would be a bit sad. And but yeah, so we might just push it back, the official release.
Yeah, if everything
Um,
goes to plan, we'll still release before Halloween. That's for sure. And we don't know if it's like next week for the patrons and a couple weeks later for the rest of the world, or
in 2 weeks.
if it's in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, so it's this month still. It's gonna release this
Yeah.
month for sure. But yeah, and also that means that there's probably gonna be a break also, like for a week in the streams probably, because we're not gonna have much to tell you.
Yeah.
So unless you just want to hang around, we can
We
just
could
chat.
we could hang out and play a game or something.
Yeah, maybe.
There's
Honestly.
a bunch. I've bought a game that's very fun that I've been playing. That's UFO 50.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it.
That's a lot of fun, and there's
so many games.
a ton of 2-player games on there that we
Yeah,
could
that's,
just play and
yeah, maybe.
discuss.
Maybe I don't know, just because of a
I
friend.
don't know. We'll see how
Uh,
busy we are.
I've gotten back into Tricky Towers because of a friend, which is a Tetris with gravity
Ooh.
that you can play multiplayer. And I've just played it once 2 nights ago, and now my brain just wants to play it again.
I
so
want
it's
to
pretty
play that.
chill.
That looks fun. I like Tetris.
Yeah, it's very. I wonder because of whom. Yes, Oni. I wonder who was playing with me that night. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a mystery.
I have no idea.
Oni was playing.
Yeah, of course.
Kit also, who was in the chat earlier. Jamu launched the ID, so
Yeah, you're
That's
all
Jamu's
playing the
fault.
same game basically.
yeah,
Okay.
it's their fault. Yeah, I'm blaming them. But no, it's itching. It's
Yeah, I
itching in my brain.
understand.
But it's because if it's a Tetris like, and you play Tetris once and you're like, okay, I want to play it again a bit,
Mm.
and then you scratch the itch and it's fine. But I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
Finished scratching it. So yeah, but yeah, no, we could just play a game. I don't.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll see.
We'll
It's
see depending
yeah,
on
we're not here that.
schedule, energy, and stuff. So,
Yeah.
idea. Just
And we're
F off.
still trying not to burn ourselves out, so taking breaks is important. And
Yeah, and
saying we're not gonna stream for a week and then immediately saying, yeah, but we could just play games and talk and still stream. That doesn't sound like taking a break to me.
That doesn't sound very reasonable. I agree.
Yeah.
But once again, it's very tempting
Yeah, it's
because
and
it's fun. But
yeah, and also it's us. I know what if
Yeah.
I'm doing stuff, it's fun and it's better to do stuff than to not do stuff sometimes.
for sure. But also, like, I think I do need a week where I don't think about
Of
this.
course.
Because it's gonna be pretty busy for me.
Yeah,
And
you're
it's been pretty busy. So, yeah.
yeah, you've had some job stuff and some
Yeah.
work
Oh,
and
that's
things.
nice. I'm gonna have work.
That's nice.
Oh, and one of the game good news. I was very stressed this past month because I didn't have any job lined up.
Yeah, that was
I
a
had
problem.
just a few days here and there, so and because it's freelance days, it's not like one day and then you're done. It's a few hours here, a few
Mm.
hours there, a few hours here, until you've completed your day. But it doesn't really pay well. But finally, a good news. Finally,
Yeah.
one of the game we've pitched months ago gets a bit of funding. Finally, we've gotten the AOK. Now it's just a matter of getting the funds, starting to work, and getting the team together and stuff. So it's not gonna be right away a lot of work.
No, but
But oh, thank fuck!
there's stuff happening, so you can pay your rent for a couple months.
Exactly.
And if this game does very, very well, and we sell like 20 million of them, that way we can
We can pay rent.
pay our rent for a bit, and
For
then
a
we
bit.
can make more games,
Yeah.
which is the plan. Ultimately, we want to be we're dreaming small here.
Yeah.
Our goal is to pay the rent with small dreamers. Ultimately,
One day.
that would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem that big.
It is quite big.
It's quite big because, well,
There's
two
of us. who
there's
don't
just
live
two of
together.
us, and we don't live together, so that's 2 rents to pay.
That's 2 rents. So that's not just 1 rent.
Yeah, you should
So,
move in. No, we don't have room.
You don't have a room.
No, I'm
So
sorry.
We should all move.
And also, I don't think your cat would be happy with having a dog and 4 other cats around.
Oh god. Maybe she would actually.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
She doesn't like other people at all.
Yeah, people. I don't know how she deals with animals.
I don't know either.
And also, she likes people who live with her.
Okay.
So because when I had a roommate, That's when I adopted her.
Yeah, yeah.
And she loved my roommate. She treated it the same way she does me.
Mm.
And once my roommate left, end of the love. Like it took 3 months, and by she came back to cat sit her,
Yeah.
and she was, you know, being like with any other stranger, with a slightly more tolerant, slightly more
Yeah, yeah.
happy to see her.
You don't
But-
exist anymore.
But yeah, she was
You're
basically
dead
like,
to me.
"No, you're dead to me now. You're not part of the family anymore. Why are you here?" So you
What's
left.
this about?
So goodbye. So yeah, no. So it's. I think it would be a big shock, but once she gets used to it, maybe, unless she really doesn't get along with one of the cats,
Which is
which
highly
is a
probable.
huge possibility.
Highly probable.
She's just so awful. She has an awful character.
But well, it's not even a
bitch.
problem. We don't have a place to live together
Yeah,
anyway.
no, it's that's not the issue. So anyway, 2 rents.
Yeah. So that's the ultimate goal.
That's the ultimate goal, but that's
Talk
for the
about your
future.
games to your friends.
Yeah.
Share our stuff around everywhere.
Also, we're terrible at business. All of our
Yes.
games are free. Well, they pay what you want. You name your own price, basically. So if you want to give us money, you can. If you don't,
Yeah,
want,
it doesn't
you can.
sound like a great business model.
We have a terrible business model.
We'd like to pay our rent with these games. Also, they're free.
Hey, we suck at capitalism. But
Yeah, we
no,
don't want
that's,
to do the capitalism game,
yeah,
which
no.
is not a good idea
Once
when you want
again,
to pay the rent. But well,
helping us monetarily is a choice. You can do this through Patreon. You can do this through buying a game. You can do this through subscribing to the channel,
is this the code?
to Twitch channel. Yep.
Yes.
There are many ways you can do that. It's of your own choice, and if you don't give us money, that's fine.
Yeah.
Also,
If you don't,
like, if you don't have money, don't give us money. And if you don't want to give us money, don't give us money. That's fine.
we need a couple rich friends who give us $1,000 every month.
Yeah, we just need 2.
Yeah. We need 2 rich friends who give us $1,000 each month.
And that's it.
That's it. That's all we need.
That's all we need. Or we
So
need
s-
1,000 friends.
Tell all your rich friends about us, and all your friends that have a little bit of money, tell them to give us €1 every month.
Like that.
Month,
That could
not
be.
week.
That would work. You
Yeah.
know? Just if you have 1,000 friends, if you have 1,000 friends who can give us $2 a month.
Yeah, we're
that
done.
Works too.
It's
So
not.
it's not that hard when you put it that way.
It
but
doesn't
also,
sound unattainable.
It doesn't sound unattainable, but it's 1,000 people. Can you picture 1,000 people in your mind?
1,000 people is a lot.
It's
I've been to
a
concerts.
Huge amount of people. So it's actually a lofty goal,
Yeah, but and we're not there yet, and it's fine.
and there is no hurry.
No,
It would be fine. It's an
Yeah.
end goal for someday.
it's the end goal for someday,
And in the
you
meantime,
have
We do other things.
you have work, and I still have a bit of work until in the future somewhere,
Yeah.
and we'll see. Till
No, like
basically the end of
mean-
next year, I'm pretty much set, so it's gonna be fine.
or we'll find another way to survive. It's
Exactly.
fine. It's just we want to keep doing this. And
Yes,
the
that's for
more,
sure.
The more time we can give to this, the better it is, and the most fun it is.
Yeah, and the more games we make, the better we get, and the weirder they will become.
Probably, yeah.
Because if you want to make weird stuff, there are no tutorials.
Yep.
I cannot find a tutorial for whatever weird stuff I want to make next, and I
Yep.
don't know how to do them,
Yep,
which is fine.
Yep.
I can figure it out.
definitely.
Just start small, and we'll see.
I already have ideas.
I also have ideas. Don't worry.
It's gonna be great.
What for sure is the next game, I don't want it to be grid based. I don't want to deal with grids and rounding numbers anymore.
Fair enough. Okay, no grids.
The last game I was like, okay, I never want to make an open world game anymore, ever. That was annoying, and that was hard. And
We're
that's
so gonna make one again.
oh, of course we're gonna make one again.
Same with the grid,
But
but not
that's-
right away.
That's what it's. Every game needs to be very different from the previous one, but just the previous
I
one.
mean, we could do a game that's 2D.
We could do
haven't,
that.
yes.
We haven't.
We haven't
But I
learned
like
about
3D games.
sprite.
Most of the games I play are 3D games, and I like 3D games. But that's just me. I'm weird. I
No,
don't.
you're
li-
not weird. A lot of people play mostly 3D games
Yeah,
because that's what
I'm.
seems to be more popular. Also,
Yeah, but then again, I don't like huge AAA open world stuff mostly.
yeah, but they still have an influence on the
Yeah, of course.
on the
But I'm one of those that doesn't like 2D platformers, but that loves 3D platformers.
Oof. Oh.
Because that's what
Oh,
I
we need to
grew up
make a
with
3D platformer someday.
someday.
Oh, I'm gonna hate this. Oh no, I suck
Someday.
at 3D platformers, which means that level design is a pain. Because here's the thing: you can be a very good level designer even at games you suck at, but it's much more difficult because testing becomes
Oh, yeah, of
a
course.
pain. So you really have to trust yourself because you know you're not going to be able to fully test it to the highest potential.
Yeah.
So you really have to get a good feel for it. And I hate it. It's painful. It's painful. You see yourself and you're like,
That's complicated.
I know so many people who would do so well at this. They would enjoy this. I do not.
It's the same with me, Onilan, the music stuff. I basically have several different music projects all the time, and I have one work in project folder where everything starts in, and then I put it in different folders per project because it just has a vibe. Like the music that I do with my with the singer, that's my band Esrevers. I know when I make a song, at some point I'm like, oh, this would fit, and then it moves from the work in progress folder with 100 unfinished songs, and it moves to the S-Reverse folder with unfinished songs, and over a couple
I've seen the
years
folder.
they become an EP or something. But because at some point they just go together, and you're like, okay, this fits.
It's harder to do that with games. It's
Yes.
possible. It's still possible. You
But
can
games
have,
take a long time.
Yeah, they take a bit long. Well,
Well,
this one did. Yeah, sure.
they take a bit longer, and still you can. I don't think you can tell that we have a vibe yet, but I think that in a couple games you'll be able to tell what makes us tick as game designers and as game makers and as coders and as types and the types of projects we'll choose.
Fair enough.
And it's gonna get there. It's pretty
I'm sure someone is going to be able to analyze that we have a vibe.
Yeah, of course.
I do not care about it.
No,
I just want to make each project,
I want
and they all sound
exactly.
good.
Yeah.
And we do come at it with our own experiences, but it's only the two of us. So of course, there is always going to be current or an aesthetic in a way that's going to be there because it's just the way we like it.
Yeah, of course. That's
But
how we like
I
to make
wouldn't
stuff.
be able to define it.
No, that's all. That's true. And it's not. It doesn't matter. It's not our goal to. Oh man, there's a lot more. I just opened my work in progress folder to see how many projects there were in there. There's 227 unfinished songs in here, and there's subfolders with like covers that I've started and didn't finish and stuff.
Yeah, you cannot do that with games.
No,
Well, you can, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, there's like 80 started covers and stuff.
Yeah, it was scary. Don't do that.
No, I don't do that.
Don't do that, kids. No, do that actually, but
In music, it's fine.
So no, it's fine for everything. Having a finished project is not bad,
No.
especially if it's a hobby.
Yeah, that
You
that
do
is
not
it.
have any obligation to finish things,
No.
especially if it's a hobby. And starting new things and being all over the place is not bad. It's a hobby. It's something you like. You don't have to push yourself to be productive.
No.
Do that actually. Do more. Do unfinished things. Release them even unfinished. It's fine. Just go wild. It's a hobby. Who cares?
I have a problem that I like to finish stuff, which is not really a problem.
You like to finish stuff, and at the same time, you don't like finishing stuff.
I don't like the final 15% of every project. Then I'm basically done. But if I work with someone, they pull me over the finish line.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
That way, because I like finishing stuff. But I'm not big on perfectionism.
I realize that I'm kind of the opposite. Is that it's starting the thing.
That's hard.
And some tasks.
Yeah.
And even in the middle of it, it's starting some tasks and stuff that I need to be pulled towards the starting line. Then once I'm in, I'm like, oh, I enjoy that actually. But it's starting the things that is a problem for me. Whereas, it's finishing.
So it works. That way we're pretty complementary. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Of course.
That's how we can finish games.
We're nuanced beings, so of course there are times where I have trouble finishing, you have trouble starting. It's
Of
normal.
course,
Nobody is just one thing, but it's fun.
of course.
It's a fun way.
We're
to,
getting
to look
there,
at things.
and also having this weekly updates, weekly streams, and weekly things. I'm like, okay, I need to do stuff.
It holds us accountable to
Exactly,
a
and that's
terrifying point.
that's important. People give us money for this.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely important. I'm not saying it
And
isn't.
also
but
I
it's
like it.
terrifyingly efficient
It works very well.
and it's at the same time much less stress than like weekly meetings with a team.
Yeah, I don't know.
From
I've
work,
never
where
done those.
It's just oh, they're terrible. Don't-
I've had the same job for 14 years. I don't know what to do with myself.
weekly meetings. Yeah, no, of course. No, I do the Scrum things, Agile thing, and it's like so many meetings that are just checkups, and they're very useful.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays that I work with remote teams and stuff, so they're useful. I recognize their usefulness. They're still a pain. They're still a pain. They're still like you know the meeting is approaching, and you're like, I do not want to do it. It's useful, but I do not want to do it. So the weekly stream, by comparison, is much softer.
Yeah, it's just chill. Look at what we made
Yeah.
and just say random stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And because it's not just between the team, it's not like checking us on if we've met the deadlines and stuff or all the issues. And also, we do not work within the same frame of issues.
No.
Like it's not the we have to finish by this point because we do not have money. If we if we have to add this or that,
We don't have
or-
money
or we
anyway,
have
so
to
it's
cut
fine.
This or we have to do that. These discussions we have on the daily, we don't care. It's not a matter of meetings, so it's much lighter, and also because it's with the chat and stuff, it's more shitpost.
Oh
less,
yeah,
less serious
it's
business.
it's a lot more
While-
chill.
While being an obligation in a way to show something, to
Yeah,
have something to
I
say.
I
to
like
show.
that there is this obligation that
Yeah.
how holds us accountable.
Yeah, me too.
It's not because I don't have anything else going on, so that's fine. I just do this all day. That's not
It's
true.
fine,
I have
it's fine.
some days of work here and there, but
Yeah.
they're gonna dry up pretty soon.
Yeah, and also they are slowly drying up.
Yeah.
So it's not as much of a structure as a usual job.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the same comes with me. I have to create my own obligations in the day, my own structure. So
Mhm.
that's why I get involved in speedrun or stuff like that, because I need things to do with myself.
Yes.
Otherwise, I feel useless. So yeah, so this is also a good way to keep busy.
Yeah, I get woken up by a cat at like 7 in the morning, and then I wake up,
You have to feel the day after
and
that,
then I
yeah.
sit at my computer and I start working on the game that we're working on right now. And then at some point I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop now, and it's around 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
And then we're like, okay, I'm gonna play video games for a bit or do whatever
Yeah,
else.
And
Play some with Lego or something.
I start answering you after I've woken up fully,
Yes.
which is like not when I've woken up, but when I've woken up and started to connect the brain to the world, answered a few messages, checked on a few things, and then I'm like, okay, let's open the DMs.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so many questions already. Oh god.
Yeah, well,
Oh, it's 2 p.m. Okay, fair enough.
yeah, but I stand up at 7:30,
Yeah.
and then I watch a couple videos. I take
It's-
breakfast and stuff, and I start slowly to work.
Yes, 7 a.m. is closer to the time I go to bed than
Yeah.
I wake up. So
That's
well,
true.
it depends on the days. To be fair, like I've completely messed up my sleep cycle recently. So like 3 nights ago, I went to sleep at like 4 or 5 a.m. And yesterday evening, I went to sleep at 10 p.m.
Yeah, but that
So I woke up at 4 a.m. So I'm still tired.
it depends on the
But-
people, and some people just wake up naturally early, and I'm one of those apparently. And some people like to sleep in, and that's fine. There's morning people and there's not morning people. I don't remember what they're called.
I'm not a people.
You're not a
I'm
people.
a no people. I'm a no. Basically,
No.
it's no,
No.
not a morning person, not an afternoon person either, and certainly not a night person either.
That reminds me of the
I'm just not
our
disagreeing with this.
our internet box asks for to create a profile for all the streaming services and stuff. I just called it no. I didn't want to.
That's it.
I'm like, I don't care about Netflix or whatever. I don't care. Just no.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh god, but yeah, no, I'm just a not awake person. Like, no, I'm not made to be awake.
Yeah,
Bye,
Eldritch
Scoob.
gibberish, exactly. I'm a
Yeah, I'm a person. I'm a person.
white noise,
basically.
and
Screams
the letters that
Screams
that,
in the background.
exactly.
I'm like like I had a very good meme for that where it was just a tiny bird just going, and just behind the bird there was just
It's everywhere. I remember this one.
ah. That's my approach to life.
Exactly.
Once again, screaming, indistinguishable screaming. But yeah, I know.
That's why also making sounds is fun for games.
Definitely.
In this one, we had a lot of screams, and it was very fun. My roommate is a T-Rex now.
Yeah. You couldn't hear it, but there was a roar from
She's
the
sitting
front.
right over
from the
there in the
roommate.
living room, and she was like, "Ah!" And
Ve-
yes,
Very good impression, though.
yeah, just
So, yeah.
have a couple people scream into a microphone and then pitch them down a couple octaves, and it works really well.
It does.
It becomes a T-Rex immediately.
The T-Rex
And
works
I-
so
it-
well.
And the brief for me was also, I wanted to make a T-Rex sound, but I don't want it to just be the Jurassic Park sound,
Fair enough.
which is the standard for dinosaur sounds now, and you cannot not think about it. But I was like, okay, I don't want to make that, so I'm not gonna look it up or listen to it or anything. I'm just gonna make a monster scream, and it's gonna be fine.
And it works.
It works really well, and that's
I like
also one of the sounds. There's like 4 different ones, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, something like that. And it
That's really
works. I
good.
like it.
I really like the T-Rex. We need
Needs
to add it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like him and Robert. Yeah.
Do you want to have
Robert. Yeah.
yeah? Do you want to have Robert riding a T-Rex in one of the images somewhere? It is doable.
Send me the files.
They're in there. They're in the projects.
The blend files?
Oh, not the blend file, the GLB, but that's
no,
the same.
I need the blend file.
I can send them to you. I'll give you the entire blend folder of all the
Please.
stupid stuff I built over the
Thank
past
you.
weeks.
I want the blend files. It's easier.
It's
can
funny
just
to be
copy
able to just
this.
build stuff now in 3D because
Yeah.
I've always wanted to vaguely to understand Blender, and I've tried it a couple times, but I never had an incentive to really make something and really dig in. And now that I have these projects, I'm like, okay, I want this to exist, so I have to make it.
Yeah.
So I have to learn how it works.
And now I'm for the first game, we were like, we were discussing, oh, what kind of emotes could we add to the Twitch and stuff. And
Mm.
now I'm like, it's all gonna be Robert.
It's just
It's
gonna be
all
Robert.
Robert. It's just Robert.
If we go with game 3 that we were discussing for the stream, he's not gonna fit in there.
We'll find a way.
Well, he will find a way. He'll be there.
It will be a scheme. Well, okay. I'll tell you the
You
joke
know.
afterward. There is a joke in that.
Yeah.
There's a really good joke to make in there.
It's no
But
fun
no
talking
spoiler.
about projects that are not happening yet
Yeah.
and
yeah.
not telling the chat about them.
Yeah, we'll tell. Never mind. I'll keep that joke for later.
You'll
I think I
find
will.
it out eventually
Yeah.
because that game is definitely happening someday.
Someday. Maybe not the next game because, as usual, we give the top tier Patreon,
Yes.
the highest tier. We give them a choice.
Yeah, we basically make a short list of like 2, 3, 4 games.
That we
and
could
tell
make
them-
next.
What you want? What's your interest here? What do you want? What do you think is interesting?
Yeah.
And we'll see.
And we'll see. But it doesn't concern many people.
No,
It's
of course not,
one or
because
two.
it's a lot of money. I didn't think anyone would sign
Yeah,
up for this.
We're still surprised.
Yes.
Still shocked.
Well,
Love it, but shocked.
some of our friends have good jobs that make a bunch of money. That's great.
Apparently, that's nice.
That's lovely.
That's
And
nice
they
of
want to
them.
support us. Yeah,
It's really nice of
they're
them.
great.
They look
I'm
cool.
not naming names because I don't know if they'd be comfortable with that. So
Yeah, no, that's not the point. But yeah, no, it's so yeah, we're gonna just send them the short list soon, I guess.
Yeah,
Soon-ish.
whenever we have a list
Probably
and
when
one,
we're gonna be in the void of we can't release it now because we're not available, but it's
yeah,
ready.
yeah.
So we're probably gonna be able to do it at that time. And
I
then
think
we'll have a bit of time to make the early concept document, a break before the early concept.
I think a break before the early concept is a good idea because otherwise I will start.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, you're right. Okay.
I know myself. I will start.
Yeah, we shouldn't choose it too
I need to
soon.
physically be not in my apartment to stop working on this stuff because
That
I
is
cannot stop.
Very true.
I'm also already. I have a very strict thing that on the weekends I'm not allowed to open Godot, and I mostly do it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna retweet the screenshot Saturday thing real quick or something, and then I end up looking at stuff for a couple minutes. But I try to really keep that line very strict and work on the game only on the weekdays, unless I've been at work for a paying job and I haven't done enough stuff. And then sometimes I would open work like a Saturday morning or something, but
Yeah, but
otherwise I won't.
You're right. The only way you're not working is either super busy with work and very tired,
Which
or you
doesn't
just have
happen anymore.
too many things happening IRL,
Yeah.
which is taking you out of the desk area.
I must be physically away from this spot.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen enough.
No, okay, now I know. Like, it's just not gonna be like, oh, come get tea,
Yeah.
come have tea.
Come have tea and then we'll do something else.
Yeah, please, something like that. I see you working too much, and I feel guilty.
I try to keep I try to keep it pretty balanced.
Yeah.
And I think I don't
do.
work
You
too many hours.
You don't overwork yourself.
No.
It's just still
I do a lot,
a rhythm
but
that
I don't.
is not compatible with anything else.
But yeah, well, I don't do anything else. So
Yeah,
that's
you
fine.
don't have anything else, so that's
Yeah.
fine. But
At the moment, I don't have anything else, so it's fine. And also, I'm learning still. And if I think an experienced programmer would have coded this entire thing in way less time than me did. But
yeah, but you know what's gonna happen when you progress, when you get to that level?
I'm gonna make more complicated stuff.
Exactly. So it's
I
not
know,
gonna-
I know,
that's
of
not gonna
course.
solve anything.
Of course, the time is going to be the same. I'm just gonna be more efficient,
Yeah, or we're gonna be able to make more complex projects, but that's
which is also the
fine.
goal. That's also
And
the
there are
plan.
gonna be times where I'm gonna be like, you know what? No, this is a simple project actually.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be able to do the thing quickly for the structure of it, coding wise.
Yeah, I've
And
told
then
you.
after that, you're gonna be like, oh, you know what? I want to have fun with this.
I've told you I want to make a narrative game at some point.
True.
I have a couple vague story pitches here and there, but nothing that's really game-like. But whatever. I always write down everything, every single idea I have. So I never know if it's gonna be a song or if it's gonna be an idea for a short story that I'll never write, or if it's going to be a game. I don't know.
Who knows?
And that's fine. But I keep a list with a bunch of random ideas, basically, and I always write down stuff in there.
Yep.
And
So it works.
yeah, that's the thing. It's just gonna be. At one point, I want to make a narrative game, and
Yeah.
that might be just another walking sim, and then it's gonna be easy to code, and that's fine.
Or it's gonna be completely different, and it's gonna force us to do much more UI. For example, UI
I don't know.
UX.
We'll see. Yeah,
And that would be fun too.
Yeah.
A bit different, but fun.
yeah. It's nice. I don't want to make twice the same game in a row,
Yeah, agreed.
but going back to an old idea or
Also,
going back to a genre we have already done is fine. Just not twice in a row.
I agree. Yeah, no, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see what the future
see, I don't
has
know.
in store. And it'll be fun. I'm just getting hungry, so
Yeah,
we
it's
need
time to
this,
stop
time to
soon, and it's time to go eat stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Also, I might have a meeting afterwards for something else, so that I completely forgot. So
Oh, no.
I need to go home.
Okay, well,
I
you
need to
go
leave.
home. I was gonna
Uh,
offer you stay to eat and watch a random movie or
No, I
something,
need
but if you
to-
have work,
I need to do speedrun thingies.
Oh,
because
no.
I'm organizing my first IRL marathon,
that's so fun.
and so there's a lot of work to do because it's at the end of the month.
It's gonna be soon.
Very soon, in a few weeks. So I have things to do, and I forgot
Okay,
because
well,
there are too many things.
then I'm just gonna switch over to this screen,
Yeah.
and we can start wrapping stuff up, and then I can put this here and then here, and you needed to stop talking. Okay, let's go. Okay,
Okay.
thank you all very much for watching.
Bye.
We shall see you all next week for maybe a game release, something,
Same
maybe,
place,
I don't know.
same time, probably a better idea of when the game comes out.
Yes.
Hopefully, if work tells me when I have to work, which would be nice.
Yeah, you'll have to work, but Not right now. Not before the
Yeah,
end of
it's-
the
it's
thing.
it's the start of a project. You never know exactly when it starts
Yeah.
until it starts.
It's gonna start any day now. I remember
no,
that
it
from
was like,
work as well.
We need you for 3 days in this city. Are you available? And I'm like, yeah.
But when?
When? And I'm like, oh,
I don't know.
3-4 days maybe. Are you available that week? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I should have the answer within before the end of the week.
Yeah, we'll see. We've told ourselves
see.
we're gonna figure stuff out and
Yep.
plan stuff out at the end of this
So-
week. Whenever we have all the answers to all the questions.
That's gonna be it. So next week release date.
Yes.
Hopefully. Fingers
Hopefully.
crossed.
Anyway, thanks a lot
Thank
for watching.
you.
And we
Bye-bye.
shall
Have
see
a
you all
nice evening.
next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Quand je vois le reflet de ma moi du passé, celle qui tenait debout et savait avancer, je cherche les prémices de l'effondrement. C'était comme dans les films, dans les livres, c'était se sentir vide, se sentir ivre. C'était porter une enclume à chaque instant, c'était coller au lit par écœurement. C'est comme une nouvelle colocataire qui cohabite sans rien faire. Elle paie pas le loyer, t'empêche de travailler, et c'est elle qui te tient éveillé. Puis la nuit s'enfuit de ses hurlements. Tu répètes que tu n'as pas invité, mais elle veut te faire déménager. Elle dessine à l'encre rouge, elle coupe, creuse à la gouge, tout ce que tu ne sais plus dire. Elle brûle, elle enfle, mais personne ne comprend quand elle cause. Elle te dit de qui te méfier, de qui douter, et va cacher ce qui essaie juste de t'aimer. Elle souffle ta vie comme un pissenlit. Tu ne sais plus faire que ce qu'elle dit. Elle ordonne, demande et se répète. Et elle se moque quand elle voit ta tête. Regarde dans le miroir, est-ce la fièvre qui sculpte au burin un sourire sur tes lèvres? Personne ne peut y croire, et pourtant. Les chansons que tu écoutes parlent de masques, et l'écho de son rire résonne dans ton casque. Tu demandes à sortir, elle te retient. Tu demandes à rester, avec son sourire en coin. Tu t'excuses, elle abuse, elle ruse, elle t'use. Tu es rongé de l'intérieur par cette serial killer.